Hello, I'm John Bachman. Several sources now reporting that at least 2 people are hurt in an incident at the gates of the National Security Agency in Maryland, which is on Fort Meade. This is a live look right now at the scene there at Fort Meade. Several reports say that an SUV tried to ram through the security gates there, and officers at the gates then opened fire. A spokesperson at Fort Meade near Baltimore says there are 2 injuries again, but no word on the severity of those injuries. Also reports of 1 dead again. We'll get you more on that as it becomes available. Also today, the co-pilot who flew that German plane into the French Alps last week, killing 150 people on board, had been treated for suicidal tendencies. That's what a German prosecutor is saying today. But he says that Andreas Lubitz was treated for those tendencies years ago, before he became a pilot. The prosecutor says there's still no word on the motive for the crash. Searchers continue to comb through the debris. Crews are still trying to find the plane's flight data recorder. We know they have the voice recorder in the cockpit, but not the data recorder. One day after the deadline for a deal on Iran's nuclear, one day before, I should say, Iran's nuclear program, there are new charges that the U.S. is working on Iran's behalf. That's what an Iranian defector is now saying as those talks continue today in Switzerland. He is a former advisor to Iran's president and says the U.S. is basically lobbying the other countries involved to take the deal. This is Iran is accusing the U.S. of killing 2 of its advisors during a drone strike in Iraq. The Revolutionary Guard says that they died in the attack 1 week ago. It happened just after the U.S. joined the attacks against ISIS in an operation to retake the city of Tikrit. The U.S. says it only struck militants in the campaign against ISIS. Now, who is the bigger threat, President Obama or President Vladimir Putin? Well, according to more than a third of Republicans asked in a new Reuters poll, President Obama beats out Vladimir Putin. President Obama also beat out Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad. Assad was also on 60 Minutes last night, was asked about the reports that his troops may have used chlorine gas in his country's ongoing civil war.
This is part of the malicious propaganda against Syria. First of all, the chlorine gas is not military gas. You can buy it anywhere.
But it can be weaponized.
No, because it's not very effective. It's not used as military gas.
Well, Assad says he would be happy to let inspectors in to show that chlorine was not used. And Indiana's Governor Mike Pence says the new controversial law protecting religious freedom will not be changing. Critics say it could be used by business owners to discriminate against members of the LGBT community. But Governor Mike Pence says that's just shameless rhetoric.
We're not going to change the law, okay? But if the General Assembly in Indiana sends me a bill that adds a section and clarifies what the law really is, then I'm open to that.
And a federal version of that same law has been on the books since 1993. And it looks like Florida Senator Marco Rubio may be just a couple of weeks away from jumping into the presidential race. Politico now says he is strongly considering an April 13 announcement. It may be at Miami's Freedom Tower, that's known as the Ellis Island for Cuban immigrants. Another update coming up for you in 30 minutes.